Hello, welcome to Scuttlebutt. I'm Steve Lindauer. I'm here today with my cohort and friend, Jeff Langebrake.
Good morning.
Jeff is also a Marine, and Jeff, it's Christmas time in Southern Indiana. What's that mean to you?
That means it's Toys for Tots time this season.
That's right. So Toys for Tots has been around for about, 60-some years. You want to give a little bit of a history of that?
Yeah. The medium length history on this is a lady named Diane Hendricks back in 1947 actually saw that after World War II, a lot of the men were coming home from World War II. Not all of them. That's the big thing. There was a lull in jobs at the time. People were needing help. So she started making these toy dolls to give to children in need. Once they made several of them, she asked her husband, Marine Corps Reserve Major Bill Hendricks, if he could get them out to the public, find some charitable organization that could help with that. Well, there wasn't. And she says, well, do something then.
You're a major in the Marine Corps. Make it happen.
Make it happen. So they started going. They went out further into the community and started giving these away. The Marine Corps Reserve saw what was going on, and in 1948 made it an official function of the Marine Corps Reserve.
Kind of a campaign. Became a campaign at that point, doesn't it?
It became its own campaign. All the logistics, donations, volunteer help. It's really you'd have to use your imagination to try to wrap yourself around that.
Yeah, I used the term campaign a while ago. That's actually very much what it is. Those of us who've been involved with it over the years, you had mentioned the coordination, the distribution, the collecting of the toys, and the logistics of it is really, really crazy. So here locally, this year again, we're going to be our distribution center is where?
Is over at the DuBois County Park and 4-H Fairgrounds inside the Clover Pavilion.
Okay. Everybody in DuBois County pretty much knows where that is.
It's the center of the county. It makes it easier for everybody to come.
Right. So that's our distribution point. And what's our goal? Our goal is what? I mean, maybe explain that a little bit, please.
Yeah, the goal for Toys for Tots is to help children in need. That doesn't mean needy children or needy families. It's children in need. There is an application process to go through to ask for toys, but it's very brief. There's no discussions, no questions about how much you make a year. It doesn't matter. If a family could be somebody, both parents could have lost their jobs or something. It's just children in need.
That's good. It's quite a noble cause. I mean, we're lucky here in Southern Indiana. You and I have talked about this in the past in other interviews and things like that. In Southern Indiana, we are so blessed. We have a tremendous amount of support from not only the public but also commercial people, the retail outlets and things like that. So we're really, really blessed. And this year, let's talk about last year. What did we hit last year? Some of the high points that we hit last year in terms of number of children and toys.
Our high points last year, the number of kids that were helped were 2,606 children were helped. That's not families. It's just per kid.
And that's just not DuBois County. That's surrounding counties as well.
That's right. That's a 5-county area: DuBois, Pike, Perry, Orange County, and the northern half is Spencer County. We share that with because of the geographics of Spencer County. We share that responsibility with somebody down in Rockport.
Okay, well that's good. So that's covering over 2,000 kids. And what's that represent in toys?
That's what a lot of people. You got to use your imagination to wrap yourself around this. We're talking about 2,600 kids, but that's times 2 stocking stuffers, 2 toys, and 1 book. So you're talking 6,070 some odd toys.
Right.
Then you still get the books and stocking stuffers.
Right.
We get into coloring books and crayons and stuff like that, candy canes for the distribution night.
It's quite an operation. I haven't been able to hit any of the volunteer sessions this year, but last year I was over there, and if I use the maybe corny kind of a metaphor like it was, but it is Christmas time. It looked like a bunch of elves over there. I mean, that if anybody has been to that pavilion, it's a huge facility.
Well, we think ourselves as a bunch of elves, but it's actually organized chaos on the volunteer nights there. It really is. You know, we welcome anybody to come volunteer, help out on Tuesday or Thursday nights, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And you can pull toys, put them in the bag for the kids, or you know, we also distribute those toys on those nights, and all, you know, on our schedule. It's kind of a fluid schedule.
I might explain that from what I saw as toys come in, and we're going to talk here in a little bit about the white boxes that we've got all throughout the county. We'll talk about that in a little bit. We've also got money boxes out there and why we need those. But as things come in, we've got various volunteers that go out and collect from those white boxes, and they bring the toys into that central location, what we call our distribution, our clearing center. Yeah. And from there, from what I recall, there's just lines of tables, and those tables are all the toys are sorted by age and sex?
Age group and boy and girl. Yeah. Those age groups are 0 to 2, 3 to 5, 6 to 10,
maybe. Yep.
And then 11 to 14. And
right.
We have to stop at the 14 years old because one of the requirements for the toys that are donated are new toys in the box, not wrapped, up to $35. And we stop it at 14 years of age because it's hard to find a 14, 15, 16-year-old a toy for $35.
Yeah.
We won't turn them away, but you know, officially we just drew a line there.
Let's talk a little bit, Jeff, about where these white boxes. You'll see the TFT boxes located throughout the county, and just talk a little bit about where people might be able to see those this time of year.
Yeah, we strategically place these toy boxes. They're white cardboard boxes, the red letterings, Toys for Tots on them, throughout different retail businesses. It could be a Rural King.
Dollar General,
Dollar General,
all the various ones around come to mind.
Various Dollar Generals around the 5-county area. There's some in gas stations. There's some at restaurants. We try to hit these higher traffic areas and where people can hopefully drop a toy off.
It's been my experience, and part of my volunteer effort of it was I dropped some of the boxes at some of the car dealerships around Jasper. Well, that's you don't buy toys at there, so usually the toys that come from there are people that the work there bring them in. But what we'd like to do is we need money. So there on every box, your phone number.
Yeah, every
is
box
on there, right?
Every box has this 4-inch by 6-inch sticker with my contact info and a QR code. If you have questions about Toys for Tots, you can get those answered via the QR code. You can even donate money that way privately.
Right, and it's really important. We talked about the toys, and I know we mentioned a while ago about we can't use used toys. We don't have the man and woman power to go through and disinfect things. So it's important that we have only brand new toys, unwrapped. So don't put nice fancy wrapping paper on it because we have to take those out and we distribute them out that way. But it's very important for money. We got to have money in between, don't we?
Yeah, in between. Yes, we need money for, like everybody else, rent, electricity, heat. We also
just the overhead costs, right?
That's just overhead. We also need money once we start filling these toy applications with the toys. We run a little low. We need to go out and buy some more toys at the local businesses throughout this 5-county area.
I know my experience
kind of help spread that back out.
Right, my experience in the past has been. People are very generous in this area, but it seems like the infants and up to about 4, 5, 6-year-olds, they get lots of toys. It seems like we always have lots of toys for them. It's from like 10 to 14, and you mentioned a while ago, those are the tough ones. Number one, finding in that
in that dollar range.
In that dollar range, but not everybody brings stuff. So that's what that money's used for. We go out and we filled in those blanks that we may need. So I know in the past, some of you guys have taken that money and you've gone out to some of the retail locations, and some of those retail locations have actually, if we brought them $50, they matched it with $50. I don't know if they still do that, but they have in the past, and that's always, grateful to get that done.
Yeah, the retail locations are great throughout this 5-county area, and the private businesses, as you mentioned earlier, people do like to help. They like to donate.
Yeah.
And Toys for Tots is always looking.
It's really neat when some of the volunteers over there, I saw some of the volunteers bring their kids, and it becomes a real life lesson for that. And, they just they show their kids how they can give.
Yeah, yes. The 8 to 10-year-old range kids, especially, once they help start pulling toys, put them in the bags, they see this going on, they participate, and they don't see everything else behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Well, once distribution starts, we take them out to let them give the toys to the actual families that are in the line of cars, and that's when you see in their eyes they start to put 2 and 2 together about what they're doing there.
So let's wrap this up. Let's say, how can people go? How can they get a toy if they want to, and how can they donate if they want to?
Yeah, again, donating toys, any of those white boxes, you can donate toys if you want in person out to the 4-H fairgrounds at the Clover Pavilion. You can use those, my contact information from those boxes. And also, you can email me directly at jasper.in@toysfortots.org. And that
make sure you put the IN in there, because there's a Jasper, Texas, Jasper, Alabama, Jasper, Tennessee.
We get toy application for people in Jasper, Alabama all the time, and I have to say, sorry, we can't do that.
Yeah. So, all right, Jeff, thank you. Can't thank you enough. Appreciate it. I know you and your beautiful wife, Doris, have put a tremendous amount of volunteer time in there. That is appreciated by everyone around here. So thank you for coming in. Thank you for being our guest. And thank you for what you do.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Semper Fi, my brother.
Welcome. Semper Fi, sir.